A video went viral online recently, I think on TikTok, where a Vietnamese lady was showing people how to make a sweet avocado by adding some cracked ice, some avocado, and some condensed milk, and the internet went absolutely crazy. None of the Asians in the room or online freaked out about it because it is something that is quite common. So today I thought it'd be cool to show you 6 different recipes that use avocados in sweet ways. There's no hard and fast rule to explain why we would be adding lots of sugar and condensed milk and things that necessarily kind of mask the flavor of the avocado to our dishes. My theory is it's because our avocados, to be honest, are not necessarily the best. I think in the Philippines, generally you'll find Parker avocados, RCF purples, and there's another one called Sipilia green or something like that. And all of them are kind of watery in flavor. They have a little bit of nuttiness, but they're not the most rich tasting. People usually look for Hass avocados. Hass avocados are, for me, the best, like when you're making avocado toast or even just eating it in a salad. They were just very naturally creamy and rich. So by adding different ingredients to them and using them in different dishes, you can really elevate the flavor of the avocados that you have. This is probably gonna be the simplest one. All you really need is a nice ripe avocado, which you're gonna cut up into chunks. To that, we're gonna use some crushed ice and a mix also of cracked ice by just getting some ice, cracking it with your knife. All that gets combined into a bowl, to which you're gonna add some condensed milk. You can also add some regular milk or some evaporated milk if you want, and just mix that all together. So this is as classic as it gets. So good. I used a combination of crushed ice and cracked ice. You can use either or together like I did. You can't go wrong with a classic. This is already delicious, but I have a few ideas on how I think I can make this even more special. One of our favorite desserts in the Philippines is called Halo-Halo, and I thought it would make a lot of sense to use some avocados here. All we want to do is crush some ice. You want something nice and thin, kind of something like you'd use in a kakigori. Then you're going to chop up some avocado, and you're basically ready to kind of assemble everything. So you start off with your avocado at the bottom of the glass, to which you're going to mix in some condensed milk, so you really get lots of flavor down there. Then we're going to add some freshly shaved Buko meat to it. This is gonna add so much texture and body to the glass. To finish everything, just add some evaporated milk. This will just help bring everything together. And then finally top that with more avocado, more shredded Buko meat, as well as a nice scoop of avocado ice cream. Look at this beauty. So similar ingredients, just the addition of the avocado ice cream and the Buko. Get that bottom condensed milk with avocado, bit of everything in a perfect bite. People need to be making more avocado halo-halo. If you have a business, this is your next bestseller. This video was made in partnership with Skillshare. Skillshare is an online community with thousands of different classes that anyone can take depending on what they want to learn and the new skills that they want to develop. So really unleash your creativity and invest in yourself and your personal growth. It really is the place to just unearth any skills or passions that you might have, from photography to editing to cinematography. It really does have absolutely anything for everyone. I always love to learn new things, especially if it's something that has nothing to do with what I'm currently doing, simply because it inspires me in so many different ways and just opens up my mind. And Skillshare really is the best place to kind of explore that creativity and discover maybe new things you didn't know about yourself. One of my favorite classes on Skillshare that I took was YouTube Success, Script, Shoot, and Edit with MKBHD. I've always admired Marcus because he can make inanimate objects really interesting. We usually have subjects that we're shooting. Him, it's usually tech reviews. Tech reviews can be absolutely boring, but he has a way of jumping in and out of storylines and putting together scripts that work out really well visually and also make a lot of sense when you're just listening to it. A lot of the videos that you see on our channel and the videos that I've been publishing over the last couple of years really have been influenced by Marcus's style, so it was really cool to be able to sit down and take one of his classes. One of the best parts about it, it's accessible from anywhere and now in different languages, so they have French as well if you guys are interested. And if you can see here on the platform, there's just so much to choose from, so really kind of Take your time, step by step, start with one in class, and then keep adding to that list. It's really important to have certain minutes of every day reserved for learning. You'll really kind of grow to be a better person for it. So because of that, the first 1,000 of you that are gonna click on the link in the description box below will get a 1-month free trial for Skillshare. So if I were you, go ahead and click that. Okay, back to our avocados. Buko Pandan is a very classic Filipino recipe that everyone loves. You go to every fast food restaurant, they probably have Buko Pandan on dessert because it is something that's just simple to make. This time we're gonna make it slightly different by adding, well, surprise, surprise, some avocado to it. The first thing you wanna do is bring some water to a boil. You're gonna add in some pandan leaves, leave that for about 10 minutes. After that, just fish out the pandan and add in your gulaman, or your gelatin mix basically, and your pandan flavor if you don't have something that's already pre-made like we do here, as well as any sweetness or acid that you wanna add to that mix. That goes into the fridge until it's completely set. Next, you're gonna combine your condensed milk, your cream, your buko, some avocado, all together, to which you're gonna add in your gulaman. All that gets tossed together again. Usually you place this in the fridge for a couple of hours to really thicken it up. It's such a comforting dish. If you're watching this and you're not Filipino and you haven't tried something like this before, these are the types of recipes that we love because they're so simple and easy to make, but they carry so much flavor and they're so intricately interesting. Just a note, clearly this is not a natural color, so if you don't want to use fake coloring or pandan flavor, you can use a bunch of pandan leaves and just boil that in water until it really tastes like a pandan tea, and then sweeten it with some sugar or some lemon juice just to give it some extra flavor so it makes sense when you add it to all these ingredients. But I love the fake stuff. This is such a simple recipe. You're gonna make kind of like an avocado smoothie without the texture of a smoothie, so make sure you add a little bit more milk as needed when you're blending the avocado so it stays nice and thin. You're then gonna take your boba or whatever kind of tapioca pearls you have available. Make sure you cook them properly. I've made that mistake before. You want to cook that down with some really deep, dark brown sugar, and that becomes naturally kind of like a thick syrup because of the starch of the tapioca, which just enriches that syrup. Next, we're gonna get your nice thinned out avocado smoothie, add in some ice, because remember at this point we didn't add any ice to it. Shake it just to get it nice and cold. Take a nice big glass, place down your boba and syrup. Make sure you smear that all over the place. Then pack it up with a lot of ice and finish off with your avocado mix. This is a huge glass. I was realizing while I was filling this up, this is like 3 portions in one. I've never been a fan of boba just because it's so sweet, but I think it definitely is a recipe that people should try out at home because it's really tasty and you do get some sort of nutrition from it, from the avocado and the milk. And who doesn't love the actual texture of boba, right? We all love banana bread, apple bread, fruit bread in general, so why not try avocado bread? I've never tested this out, so let's see how this turns out. So just like a banana bread, what you're gonna start by doing is mash up together your ripe avocado until you form kind of like a paste, to which we're gonna add our other wet ingredients. So we have 1 egg, a 1/4 cup of milk, some vanilla extract, a 1/4 cup of cream, some sugar, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Make sure everything is nicely combined. That's gonna go into your baking dish, and we're gonna pop that into the oven at 350 Fahrenheit for about 45 minutes or until a stick comes out nice and clean. I'm not gonna lie to you, this seems a little weird to me. This is the first time I've tried this. Each time I eat avocado, it's usually cold. Like the avocado's cold and you put that on a hot toast, right? So a hot avocado is a strange thing to me. Once I tried an avocado soup and it just wasn't there. I mean, very honest, you don't really taste the avocado much. I mean, you can call it avocado bread because it sounds cool and it kind of looks greenish, right? It's not green enough to be fluorescent, but it's like green enough to know that you put some sort of vegetable or fruit in there. But it's tasty. It just tastes like any other kind of like fruit cake. I don't know how I feel about this one. The season of avocado in the Philippines, most of the time, I think is May to July, which is some of our hottest and heaviest months. So ice cream makes a lot of sense. I have a little daughter and she is absolutely in love with anything popsicles. So this is something that's great for kids, but also for big adults. So in a blender, just add your avocados, 1 can of coconut cream, and 1/4 cup of honey. So that goes into the freezer until it's completely hard and frozen. I thought it'd be cool to do like a nice little chocolate dip. So really simple, all you have to do is melt down some thinly shaved chocolate over a bain-marie or on your stove. Gently melt that, to which we're gonna add some coconut oil, which will help kind of keep its syrupy consistency, but at the same time freeze really quickly once it touches that ice cream. Once your ice cream is fully formed, you can actually take them out of these popsicle molds and then dip them in your chocolate, and you'll see that they'll really take shape quite quickly. You can also just drizzle the chocolate and kind of play around with the designs that you want to do. Like that looks pretty cool. And the chocolate, because there's coconut oil in there, which kind of solidifies really quickly, just gets nice and solid right away. Let's try it. I think this and the Halo-Halo are my 2 favorite recipes today. There you have it, 6 different ways you can use avocados in applications that are completely different and unique from the standard condensed milk avocado and ice combination that we all grew up with and that we all love. In no way is this weird. For us, especially in Asia, we're so used to having avocados in desserts, and these recipes were all really delicious. So if you like this video and you want to see me do more videos where I take one ingredient and use it in multiple ways, comment down below using the emoji of the ingredient you want us to try out next and make a video for next. See you guys in the next video.